Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Jackson. It's a Kevin Jackson Show. I have to tell you, I'm excited for a few reasons today. If you want to get the show on podcast, KJRadio.com, you're going to want to get this one. You're going to want to share it with other people. And here's why I'm excited. Because I was talking to God, or, giving my thoughts, and he hit me with a revelation. He says, Kevin, you know what? I've been teasing you with this idea, and hopefully you catch it. But I want you to theme your shows. Yeah, he was a lot more eloquent, by the way. But I want you to theme your shows. The other day we did a show on truisms. And I could do 50 shows on truisms. And what it allowed me to do was take the news and sort of filter it in through these different angles. And the first thought when God said to me, you need to do these thematic shows, I was like, come on, God, how many themes can there possibly be? I have to do 5 shows a week, Lord. That's 20 shows a month. Not that I needed to help him with the math. And he was like, no, there'll be plenty of themes. You'll understand these themes as you develop the shows. And I was like, what? So here again, I'm just cruising along. You got to talk back, right? A little smack talk with God. And I'm going, so God, where am I going to come up with these themes? He goes, I'm telling you, you're going to have the themes. They'll be there for you. Now, I had this conversation years ago with him when I told him I'd run out of ideas. And he chuckled at me and says, you'll have plenty of ideas. Don't worry about it. You got plenty of ideas. And I was like, no, I don't know. He goes, you got plenty of ideas. Trust me on this. So long story short, I woke up the next day. I have never had writer's block. I've never been stumped during a question. Nothing. I am replete with ideas. I tell my team all the time, we don't need ideas. We need people to execute. I got plenty. So at some point I asked God for focus. He started giving me a little bit of focus, but we hadn't gotten there. And then he whispers to me, hey, you need to theme your shows. So I'm going to try to do that. And today's theme is, what does it mean to be American? And I'm going to take all the different stories that we have and explain it in that context. Now, if I say to you, what does it mean to be American? The majority of us have very similar core beliefs. We believe it's freedom. We believe that, this country offers you whatever you want. It's such a cool concept of America because it says to you, pick where you want to be and go do it. As long as it doesn't infringe on the rights of others, you are free to be you. That is quintessential America. That is conservatism, honestly. Now, there are many of us who, well, Kevin, I don't like people with tattoos. Okay, great. Or nose piercings, or, I don't like the gay lifestyle, whatever. That all may be true. But if you're true American, you're like, you know what? Live and let live. If you're true conservative, you're like, I don't care. As long as your infringement isn't on somebody else, I'm cool with it. Now, I'm not telling you that there aren't bigots, which on the conservative side, by the way, as big of idiots as on the left, who say things like, well, them gay people ought to all be shot or whatever. You know what? If you're that stupid, fine. I can't deal with you. But the average conservative can certainly be persuaded to understand that if two men want to cohabitate together, nobody care. As long as they don't want me to have to say, I agree, I don't care what they do. And in fact, I can be friends with them. Well, Kevin, you don't want to be around people that, you may end up... No, I'm completely satisfied with who I am. I'm never going to be gay. And I would not condone the lifestyle. And if you say, well, Kevin, by being around it, you condone it. Well, that's like saying being around, going to the supermarket and not eating, asparagus. It means that I'm condoning asparagus when I walk by it, because it's still there. Well, what should I do? Go to the supermarket donor. Listen, you've got asparagus in here, and I'm totally anti-asparagus. I can tolerate many things that I don't have to participate in. Capiche? Capiche. So what does it mean to be American? I think most people in the world would say it's the greatest title a human being can have. I'm telling you. And I'm talking, there are Chinese that wish they were American. They got a lot of people over there. The reason why I can make that statement that a lot of people want to be American is because, number one, I've traveled a lot. And number two, I listen. I also observe. Do you think anywhere else in the world has the immigration issues of America? Name it. Well, Kevin, Britain, they're wanting, name it. They don't have a fraction. The only reason, I tell people this all the time, the only reason why people immigrate to Britain or France or Germany or whatever is because they can't get to America. That's it. They don't want Germany. Ask the average person in the world, do you want to go to Germany or do you want to go to America? You know the answer. The majority of the world wants to be American. It is the greatest title you can have, bar none. And yet, we are always dealing with this as an issue as to, why do black people not want to be American? You say you're American. America ain't my country. Really? In 2014, the New York Times reported by the name of Damian Cave traveled the length of the highway I-35, runs south to north, through the middle of the United States for his The Way North project. And along the way, he asked 35 people, what does it mean to be American? And I want to delve into that a little bit today. We have a ton to talk about, folks. I'm just telling you. Gillibrand slamming Hillary Clinton. Al Franken under fire. Let me talk about the Al Franken under fire for just a bit. The idea that the left fashioned a noose to put around the neck of Judge Roy Moore, and guess what? They placed it comfortably around the neck of Al Franken. That is leftism. When I talk about the death spiral of leftism, they wanted to take a good man, Judge Roy Moore. They blasphemed his name, all for the sake of political expediency. And then it backfires on one of their own senators. I love this story. We're going to cover it in some depth. Lots to talk about. Louis C.K. a little bit in the news. Mike Pence is suddenly back in the news, and I'll explain why. And, of course, Jesse Jackson. He's got problems. It's funny. When I was thinking about the Jackson story, some people are going to be happy about it, and some people are going to be, rightfully sad. So we've got that to talk about. Big changes in Saudi Arabia if we get to it. So we got a full plate for you. Glad you're here.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.